Okay, we're going to move on to city traffic engineer report.
I don't have anything significant to report. There has been, I've heard some mention of traffic and mobility items being mentioned at City Council and whether or not we should include that as information on my report. I'd rather not do that as an automatic thing because depending on what that is, it could be handled without coming to the Traffic and Mobility Commission. And the things that are big enough would require review by the Traffic and Mobility Commission. But if you guys express a desire to see those items listed as they appear before council, traffic and mobility items at city council meetings, let me know and I will include that in a separate matrix or table.
Okay. Nathan, do you have any comments?
Nope, no additional comments.
Okay, but just to clarify that staff did hear the comments that were traffic and mobility related from the council meeting, and they are taken in consideration. So for any public listening, we heard, and they will bring it to us if at the time, but they are taken in consideration. Mr. Frank, do you want to make any comments on that?
Yeah, Chair Gokin, just as a standard operating procedure, when there is public comment made at a city council meeting, staff does follow up with the people making the comments and we discuss our plan for addressing those comments. So just wanted to share that with you. So we did actually, circle back around with the person making the comments and tell him that we were looking into his great comments that he made. So thank you.
That's great. So for anyone that maybe is not aware, there are a couple of students that made comments about traffic around the school, I believe, or the zone that they live. So they were good comments, and I'm happy to hear that staff is addressing them. Any other commissioner? Do we have any comments on the city traffic engineer for the commissioner? Okay, do we have commissioners' comments? Okay, I saw 1, 2 hands. Okay, we're gonna start with Commissioner Fowler.
I had a occasion to walk north on Carlsbad Boulevard last week, stopped at Pine Avenue at a red light, but I was looking at the traffic light, but I couldn't see a pedestrian light there. And I kind of looked around, and a big Hummer or whatever the heck it was made a right turn from Pine onto Carlsbad Boulevard, and there was the pedestrian light. And what's interesting about the Pine is that it's not a 45-degree right turn. It's sort of sweeps into Carlsbad Boulevard, and there actually are 2 traffic light posts, one hard on Carlsbad Boulevard, which is for the traffic traveling north on Carlsbad Boulevard, but a separate light post well into Pine Avenue that has the walk. But if you look at the configuration of the crosswalk, it's way far away from the indicator for pedestrians to go. So it's confusing, and I don't know how dangerous it is, but I literally didn't see you can't see the pedestrian light there if there's a big car in front of it. Perhaps if it were my car, you could probably see over it, but it's not obvious that you would look, that way rather than straight ahead. So I'm wondering whether it'd be useful or relevant to move that pedestrian light to the main so that it's actually within easy view where you're trying to cross the crosswalk there. So that's just a comment.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Fowler. Commissioner Linky, did you have a comment or question?
Yeah, I just wanted to raise of the issue of a project that's been brought up a few times. So at my very first meeting on this commission in March of 2019, there was a gentleman named Robert Wilkinson. And he'd been working with, I think, a small group on a project that's called the Grand Promenade. And at that March 2019 meeting, Commissioner Hunter made a motion to invite Mr. Wilkinson to give a presentation to our commission, which was Mr. Wilkinson's request. And it passed unanimously. And then last month, 2 years after that, if you remember last month, Mr. Wilkinson sent another letter in requesting some visibility on that project. It's in the Village Barrio Master Plan. During the City Council's goal setting session that they just had a few weeks ago, it was brought up as one of the projects that should be highlighted. So I just want to raise visibility again on that. It's a project to, I think, the proposal is to make Grand Avenue in the Village area a one-way street to make it sort of friendly for pedestrians and bicyclists and various things. And they've got a presentation that they'd like to give. So not endorsing the project, but thinking that it's got enough visibility now. It's in the Village Barrio Master Plan that we probably should have Mr. Wilkinson give a presentation, or I can ask staff if they have some plan. I know Mr. Kim, I think, just included it as a little item in it had been in his monthly update for many months, and then it just disappeared several months ago, and now he put it back in. So, but I'd be interested in getting an update on the status.
Yeah, we have been in contact with Mr. Wilkinson, and we can work with him to get some ideas in front of the Traffic and Mobility Commission.
Okay. Any other commissioner have any comments? I have two comments. Okay, go ahead, Vice Chair Perez.
Yeah, thanks. Just a quick, I wanted to just give kudos to the staff in regards to the, I think it's the Carlsbad Connect app. I think a couple of community members have really impressed with how this app works and the response time to it. So I just wanted to, just give out a job well done on that. I guess the only thing that I wanted to mention is that when excuse me, users are using the app, there's some areas where they're trying to locate an area on Carlsbad, and it actually says it's Oceanside. So I don't know who to reach out to on that, but if they wanted to follow up on that, that'd be great.
Okay. We can always give kudos to keep it coming. Okay, I have two comments. My first comment is the angle parking on State Street. They're big trucks, so State Street is pretty narrow already. You have two ways and angle parking. And when the big trucks, long trucks, or any kind of trucks park, it takes quite a bit of the travel lane. So then the driver needs to either stop and wait for the traffic to pass the opposite so they can go around it, or just create traffic. Also, I see a lot of construction trucks parked on it. And I was wondering if there is a restriction of the length of vehicles that can be parked in those parking spaces. And if any signage or anything can be done by that, because like I said, it just takes a lot of the traveling. And then the second comment, as we have topics or items related to certain areas. For example, we had the Calavera Park parking. I was wondering if it's any way that the city can notify the residents within a certain radius of the subject location. And I know I signed up with the city to get notification. I don't remember if I put in my address, because public is not always, residents are not every week or every month going to check on our agenda to see if it's something relevant to them. But I'm sure that if I knew that something is within a mile around my house or my school, especially around the house, I would think the location, that I would like to know and maybe have an opinion on it. So if it's any way that we can notify them that there's something within their neighborhood that is happening, and if they're aware and interested to come to the meeting, that would be great. Again, it's a suggestion, but I thought that that would be a great way to have public getting interactive with public when it comes to the items that we have on the agenda. And I see Mr. Franken. I don't know if you want to comment on
I
that.
was going to comment on your second comment and think that's an excellent suggestion. So we're going to talk to our city clerk's office about how we're currently noticing projects and consider your suggestion. So thank you.
Great. And then I'm assuming that maybe Nathan or John Kim will look into the length of the trucks that are appropriately to park on that road, so it doesn't impact especially in front of the handles. We have so much public, and I'm sure we have a lot of police reports, because we always have incidents of people around there, and it's just a mess. Okay, with that said, do we have any other comments or questions? It added 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I thank everyone for your patience and staff for your hard work. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting at 6:20, few seconds. Okay, everyone, have a good night. I'll see you next month.
Have a good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Night all.